Hey guys, it's a beautiful day and we're gonna do a tarot reading. I wanted to break out my new cards for y'all. They are so cute. It's the Pasta Tarot. Look at the back. It's so cute. I love it. I have Italian heritage. So my grandma lived in Italy for about 9 years. My mom went and visited a lot in Italy. They were real deep in, that Italian culture. Oh, we already have ooh! First card to come out is the Fool. All right, we'll get into that. In fact, this card reminds me of my mom. I think it kind of looks like my mom. It's pretty good. She's got a bag of flour. She hasn't even started making pasta yet. No noodles yet. So I just wanted to get a read for the collective. Woo! Oh boy, here's another one. All right, we got the Four. This is the Four of Cups. It's Pensati. The Four of Ripiena. I actually don't know how to pronounce that right. Ripiena? You can correct me if I'm wrong. So we got the Four of Cups here. Very interesting. The Fool, the Four of Cups. What else is going on for the collective? Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, we got a big chunk here. Okay. All right, now we got the Page of Cups. We've got the Three of Swords, which is a tomato stabbed with linguine. I just love that. That really, the Three of Swords can be a really heavy card, but it's hard to be too upset when it's a big, juicy tomato, And then we've got Justice. Justice coming out. So, to me, all of this is saying that we're really working through, we're working through a lot of stuff. We're working through a lot of stuff globally, emotionally, internally, inside, just on a personal level. But I think that those two things are being reflected. What's going on in the world, which is so challenging right now, and then what we're dealing with internally is also challenging, and those two things are related. They're not unrelated. And how we deal with them is much the same. So, going within our own selves first and dealing with our emotional baggage, dealing with the things that keep us from stepping forward into our new sense of self, into our new, into whatever we're being called to do, either creatively, professionally, spiritually. We're all at sort of a point right now, it seems like, where it's really time to step into that new way of being. It's time to step into the new role, and that's what I've been dealing with. That's what I've been personally going through. So I'm right there with you with the Fool card here. And it can be really scary. It can feel a lot like stepping off a cliff, especially if you've been through a lot of Three of Swords moments, a lot of betrayal, a lot of self-betrayal, heartbreak, people treating you a way that is not right, that's not a loving way, that causes you to internalize that kind of tragic victim mentality. And it makes you feel a little bit like this. You got this delicious plate of pasta right in front of you. You've got the whole world at your fingertips, basically. And you still kind of feel like, oh, well, nothing I do matters. What's the point? Dealing with some apathy, things like that. And that's kind of what we need to move forward out of. That's what we're shifting out of, because this Page of Cups, I think, is really inviting us to lean into our creativity. That was a raven. We don't always get ravens in my neighborhood. You hear it? Love that. So just a little bit of nature confirmation for you. So the Page of Cups is really inviting us to step into that sort of new, flowing, loving, emotional way of navigating the world, and not in a way where, you're sobbing on the streets every day or anything, like not that kind of I mean, maybe that's what you need to do. Whatever Spirit's calling you to do, I'm here to support it. But what I'm talking about more is tapping into your heart space in a way that allows you to move from there rather than all of the stuff going on in your head. All of the old stories that come from all the ways that you may have been betrayed. And the Justice card is, I think, it feels like reassurance that even on a global level, the scales are being balanced right now. Even though it feels really hectic, it feels really scary. There's a lot of scary stuff going on. But there's always been a lot of scary stuff going on, and now everything is really just coming to light, the way that everything operates. And so because we're now seeing this, it can cause a lot of this turmoil, but it's a necessary discomfort on the way to real justice, not just for you personally, but for the collective. Oh, and then here we've got another. Oh, okay, so sweet. Okay, so yeah, we've got the Eight of Cups here now. Look, it's Mezzaluna. God, don't you just love this deck? It is a beautiful deck. It warms my heart. It makes me happy. So we've got the Eight of Cups here, and then we've also got, gosh, it's a lot of cups. We're dealing with a lot of emotional sort of stuff coming up, and I've been there too. We've got the Six of Cups as well, which is this cute little boy making pasta with his grandma, with his nonna, Caramella. So cute. So we want to go back to this place of feeling safe and held, and it reminds me of that thing that I like to say, that we could all be having a nice time right now. The only thing that's stopping all of us from being able to achieve whatever our little hearts desires is the systems that we have in place that tell us that we're not allowed, that we can't afford it, there's not enough money, there's not enough going around, this idea of scarcity, and really all we want is, we just want to feel we want to feel safe and supported. And there's sort of, I think our, people my age, we have sort of this we have this deep nostalgia for something that I think that maybe we never really had, but we had glimpses of it, we caught pieces of it, and maybe we did have it sometimes, but growing up can be so unstable sometimes, and it can make it so that these moments are sort of fleeting feeling, and they don't anchor in. Instead, what gets anchored in is sort of this betrayal vibe. But all these things are true. All of these things have their place in our history, personally and historically, and globally. But then we've got the Ten of Cups, and this Ten of Cups is great. It's a pride parade. Okay, so not only is this deck pasta and Italian, it's also delightfully queer. So the Ten of Cups is about, emotional fulfillment, and that's where we're headed. And I think that it's really important to note that, this is a queer Ten of Cups. This Ten of Cups does not discriminate. It is a Ten of Cups that is allowing for the beautiful expression of love that we all are capable of. And so right now it might feel scary. It might feel really tense and hard to deal with. But we're really going somewhere. Yeah, see, look at this Devil card. The Devil card's great. This whole deck is great. So this is what we're fighting right now. We're fighting this restrictive way of being, and we're so used to it in some ways, and it feels comfortable on some level to remain in our shackles, but we can't anymore. We literally are being forced out of them. We're being forced to see the truth. We're being forced to see what we need, and what we're doing, and so it's sometimes overwhelming because the devil feels like such a big problem, but like, we need to make friends with that part of ourselves in a way. Ah, yeah. All right, Queen of Wands. Look at Queen of Wands is like Mario. She's so cute. So yeah, the women, the femmes, the feminine aspects, not in some kind of, overly gendered sort of way. Like, I'm not trying to go there. But our world has been run so heavily on the masculine side for so long, with such a focus on productivity and like systems and logic and science and all of this stuff but now what we're finding is the feminine is really taking back the power, taking our wand, taking our staff, and moving from a place of compassion and recognizing that what we do affects everything else, and moving from that place. I hear the raven again. I don't know if you can hear it. It's kind of quiet. All right, we're gonna get, I think, one more card. Spirit, let's get one more card for this. There's a lot of heart in just looking over this reading. There's a lot of heartache. There's a lot of like tough stuff. But none of it says that we're gonna fail. None of it says that it's not gonna work out or that we're not going to succeed, because we have all of the good energies on our side. We have the earth. We have love. We have spirit. And I know that, everybody likes to say that. Everybody likes to, oh yeah, God's on our side. Okay, that's too many. I'm not going to take those. I'm not going to take all that. Yeah, no. Too many. We'll try that again. One last card, Spirit. One for the road. But if you're anchored in love and you're anchored in your heart space and doing what you feel is the most beautiful thing you could do with your life. All right, we'll take two. All right, we got the Ace and the Two of Pentacles here. So it's going to be a balancing act, but it's going to be a brand new beginning, brand new start. Just sort of reflecting, I think, this Fool energy of like a new start on this physical plane. And it's going to take a balancing of the energies. It's going to take working with the systems and without the systems. It's going to take intuitive knowing. It's going to take emotional resonance. It's going to take spiritual understanding. It's time to lock in. It's time to lock in. And, this sounds corny. Be the change. You got to be the change. So yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. We got the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. He's the Pope, Manicotti Pope. We're building new systems, building new traditions, building new structures that we can all rely on, that we can all stand on, instead of just some of us, some of the people, but all of us. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you loved my new tarot deck. It's pretty great. I'll put the link if you're interested in getting your own. I highly recommend it. It's got a great vibe. It's beautiful. It's very fun. Yeah, so thank you. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time. Happy spring, almost.